So because you played with some good players, you played with, like you said, Jason Kidd, Carmelo Anthony,
Yeah.
Miles Stoudemire,
Kenyon,
Paul George,
Paul, yeah.
um,
Giannis.
any Giannis. Yep.
Yeah.
Any one of them have a unique work ethic that you was like, what?
Giannis.
Giannis.
First one come to mind.
What's unique
Giannis is
about his
different.
work ethic?
PG and Melo work hard. Make no mistake. Like PG, they weight room, extra running. Melo, you'll be surprised how much he puts into his game. But Giannis is different. Like Giannis is, I remember when, like I was not gifted like a lot of those guys as far as like these guys could run and jump out the gym and this, that, and the third. So I had to do a lot of extra work. And for me, Jason Kidd, he was coaching. Now I played with him and for him. He was coaching. He had a thing called night school in Milwaukee, and I had to I felt like I always had to do extra to maintain, just to be able to compete with guys, extra shooting, extra weights, this, that, and the third. Giannis was always there. In night school, training hard. Like you could hear the wall, those big medicine balls pounding against the wall. Always getting his extra work in, always studying. Like for me, I just thought I could see his hunger. And a lot of it's because he was a younger player too. A lot of that I'm sure I didn't see PG early, I didn't see Melo super early.
Right, that's
but
true.
what I saw from Giannis, I knew he was gonna be different. Especially if you're given his gifts, like his physical gifts.
Right. And you was considered an undersized forward, right? And like you said, there's other guys in the NBA who's gifted athletically.
Yeah.
And there are kids out there who was in your same situation. What about your game, or what did you do to stand out when you're playing with those gifted athletic
I had
players?
to read, right? So reading the floor was key for me. I had to, because I can't just run faster than you, overpower you, jump over you. I had to find angles, right? And so you study a lot of the guys that were really slick with it. You know what I mean? I watched a lot of guys that knew how to use their bodies. Like, for me, I had to find my mismatch every time. And like, one, I could shoot the ball better than most.
Yeah.
So it helped that if you were too far off me, I had a quick trigger and you was hurt. And if you got too close, now I know how to make a play, and I'm probably not gonna get far by you. So if I, take a dribble, I gotta be finding the next route, and that does your job at the highest level, right?
Yep.
So again, reading the game is important. I think for guys that aren't physically gifted like that, you have to be a much more intelligent player.
No. Yeah, I think that's important for kids to know, because kids, like we was talking off camera, we was talking about coaching or whatnot. And kids are, they see these highlights and they try to mold their game off the Kyrie Irving highlights, but they don't understand that you gonna go, even in high school, you're gonna go into a situation where you're gonna be a role player. You probably never do 90%
Facts.
of the things that you work on. If you was coaching, I don't know, kids 8 to 12 years old, what would be the focus that you would want them to, work on?
I mean, it's crazy. It's the same thing at the highest levels. It's fundamentals.
Yeah.
The good teams, before you start practice, they form shooting, right? And this is professionals. These are just guys making a ton of bread. Like, you name it. They get right under that basket, get to that L, and work on their touch. Ball handling, all the basics. I think it starts young and it continues all throughout. If you don't use it, you lose it. So you have to train those fundamentals every day, whether you 6 years old or 16 or 26 or 36.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I'm glad you said it, because maybe they'll watch this. Maybe they'll watch this and finally listen to me.
It's a fact. Or listen, it's gotta. For me, I think people, like you said, they get caught up in these highlights, and there's only one Kyrie, there's only one James.
Yep.
There's only a few jobs, but there's a lot more of the other guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? The guys that are very skilled at helping the team win, whether it be catching and shooting, whether it be distributing the basketball, it could be defending, it could be all types of things. There's a lot more of those other guys. There's a lot more, the teams are looking for a lot more of those pieces to help, those guys that are in those places, right?
Absolutely.
So for me, if you're going out for a job, you want to look to see where those vacancies are and see where you could fill it. You know what I mean? If you're really trying to get to it like that.